President Bola Tinubu on Saturday night told Nigerian public servants to be mindful of the fact that public institutions are not personal enterprises, as each person is an employee of the Nigerian citizen. Consequently, President Tinubu implored them to live up to their expectation as public trust, where they must all be accountable to the citizens. The president, who made the observation during the Nigeria Excellence Award in Public Service held at Bouquet Hall of the Presidential Villa Abuja, where he was represented by his deputy, Vice President Kashim Shettima, he noted that some loopholes are still being exploited by those saddled with the nation's trust, despite the institutional measures put in place to prevent any form of irregularities in the public service. I always say this: there are definitely measures in place to prevent irregularities, especially when we talk about public service. But then what happens to when these irregularities are observed? Are these measures in place actually carried out? Let's get your thoughts on this story, Royal Chief.
You know that there was a time we talked about single treasury accounts.
Okay.
Are these things still operational still today? The time we talk about single treasury, these are measures to block those loopholes where money flies. You know, there's a time where sometimes python used to swallow money in our countries. You know, you see pythons swallowing money, you see all that kind of thing.
Monkeys,
yes,
and the rest of
all
them.
that. But the statement is very accurate, very fine for me. See, public things, it's not your personal enterprises. It is public, and that is the psyche of a common average government employee. You know, they see themselves that, oh, it's not my property now, so I don't care kind of attitude in some of these public service providers, mostly, and the one we know, okay? But coming down to look at the measures to control this, that is why the government comes out with different measures, having those that checkmate irregularities, mostly in the ministries, because that's where government functions. These are the engine rooms of governments. So, for instance, if you found a permanent secretary that is earning no more than 500,000 naira in a month, now driving a car of about 100 millions without taking loan from any banks, and the government never checked how manage a civil servant that the salary is fixed at a particular amount. There is no much incentive coming in. And the law stipulates that if you are a civil servant, you don't do other businesses. That is the civil service rules. But are they implementing that now? They are not. They are not implementing that. Directors of ministry-owned companies known to government, there is no penalties. So you use that, you use government time to be running your own.
When these people are owed salaries, a lot of times they are owed salaries.
If you know you have salaries, it's not enough. You resign now, you give rooms to other people that can manage it now.
No, if you want, that's why some people say, I'm not giving an excuse for anybody who's going against his employment laws, right? But then, if you say they should not get other jobs, first of all, there are some people who have not even been, sometimes they're owed salaries, a lot of times. You have not kept your own side of the bargain.
True.
You've not kept your own side of the agreement. So them going out there, they're looking for their stomach. As long as we don't want crime to increase, we don't want people going into crime. So in order not to go into crime, this is the excuse some of them give. You've not paid us. And then at the end of the day, sometimes, aside owing them salaries, you hear that some governors have not even started paying the old minimum wage. Like, that is something that I'm yet to comprehend. You know, when you look at their excuse when they say, oh, maybe we don't have enough internally generated revenue. Sometimes even the federal allocation is not even enough to pay. Then you look at the salaries that some other civil servants are being paid there. I'm talking about the people in the ruling class now sometimes. You ask yourself questions like, you can't pay 18,000, you can't pay 30,000 naira, but you have an individual who you never owe salaries to, and you're paying them this particular amount.
It is a crime to abandon your duty post and go for other businesses.
It's also a crime not to pay salaries.
And I don't
when
think,
they have worked for
yes,
it.
every laborer deserves,
of course,
their wages. Understand? So for government not to pay, it is completely bad. We have talked about it several times, that at the end of the month you need to pay someone. But in the case that you have been paid, regular payment is you are receiving your payment, and you are not always regular. These are the irregularities the Mr. President is talking about. These are the irregularities. You are not, some person, they choose when to come to work and when not to come to work.
Sometimes, you know, they come to work and they don't carry out their duties.
They don't carry out their duties.
Present,
you know.
You
so
take the paper there to be signed.
These are things that they need to
drop something.
These are things that the government need to look at. If you can see these people that they are not doing that, there are thousands of Nigerians that are ready to work. They are ready to work. Even though they say come to work 7 a.m., they are there. You know, come to work. Just you need to let them look at the civil service rule again, and see how to implement these laws. See who to punish. Those that are not taking their work serious, you fire them. Give them queried. You know, don't control the people as if it is just a national cake. You just come and earn money without work. You don't work for it. It's corruption itself. Some people will not even, like some ministries. You just go to some ministries who you'll be seeing there. They are just these ad hoc staffs. These ad hoc staff doing some clerical activities. Okay, they don't even know some certain things concerning the jobs. And these people that are coming in, nobody is there to train them. So what you see is what you practice. It becomes a problem. Like now, I choose when to come to work. I give excuses here and they will have a headache today. I cannot come, or I may not be coming. If they digitalize the mode of registrations while coming to work, you clocked in. You come to work today, you clocked in, and they pay, because every work is being tagged per day payment. All the work is when it accumulated, it now becomes salaries. Each day you come to work, it has been calculated that you work 5 days in a month, in a week. Calculate the 5 days into 20 days in a month. That is when you work Monday to Friday, okay? In some cases that are not on essential services. Now, within these weeks, into 20 days you are supposed to work. You work only 3 days in a month, and you receive salary. You still go to church and give thanksgiving that you are doing well. This is completely corruption.
I think
these are the people that the government is talking about. They fetch out this kind of people, push them out, and bring sincere and committed Nigerians that are ready to work.
All right. One of the ways that the government can actually put an end to the irregularities in the public service is also to make sure that they are playing their part. If the government is playing its part, then you can boldly tell the people. Because sometimes there have been talks about these people who are supposed to be the ones effecting the changes and enforcing the laws. There are talks about them being part of the irregularities. So if we have those issues from the government being sorted out, then definitely we can look at both sides, not giving any excuse for anybody who is carrying out practices of irregularities in civil service or public service.